First off, hi, y'all. I'm from Texas, so we can say that. My stock and trade is this stuff. This is a little painting it's older than our country. That was a gift. It's a ukiyo-e print, and I'm a painter. And so my profession is painting. Thank you so much. We have studios about, I don't know, like a stone's throw from here at the Hausmann Millworks, where I am pretty much every other day, but lately I've been traveling a whole lot. And my story has three parts. One, which is cause and effect, right? You know, like something happens and then you have the choice to do something with it. But there's like three acts in this play of life. And it's pretty shocking, the first one. Wendy actually has asked me to share this a bunch of times. I'm like, no. I got beyond it. I'm not going to talk about that again because it's super uncomfortable. Don't get shot. It sucks. Like, I really wouldn't recommend it. And I actually use humor to kind of like pass off kind of really crappy experiences. But with that being said, I gave this story to a private dinner in New York, maybe in October, and I left everything I had in my hands in the cab, and a miracle, I got it back. So God is good, and I'll go into like a little bit of a story mode, but I'm really going back to the night of a very traumatic incident in my life. Once we get past the traumatic incident, there's a second act, which is like the trauma hits again while you're doing what you're supposed to be doing. And the third is sitting under a tree, which is my recent paintings, which is Cathedral in the Trees, which that's an awesome live oak out there. If y'all have not seen old trees, that's a really old one. And in Texas format, oak trees actually, in particular live oaks, share root systems. So you'll never only see one live oak, you'll always see it grow. Well, you all know this, you're all nodding, what am I saying? So into the story, which is heavily based on the Lord's Prayer. I'm a Christian. We go to Max Lucado's church and Curry Creek Baptist, which is pretty cool. Although the hellfire and brimstone gets to be a bit much sometimes. So I got a full scholarship to school, Savannah College of Art and Design, whoop whoop, an amazing school. And went there for undergraduate. I started at UTSA. I'm dyslexic, literally. I was a business major that was getting a 2.75 average, and I'm like, this dog won't hunt. I'm a pragmatic person as well. And I went into Nestor Reyes' office and was like, Nestor, this sucks. Like, I'm trying so hard. And all my professors are like, you try so hard, but you just don't get it. And I'm like, I get the business stuff, but I just don't get the numbers, man. Like, I don't build widgets. I'm a painter. Like, well, go be an art major. And I got a 4.0 first semester at UTSA and Dean's List. You tell a dyslexic that slugged it through school, always thinking you're a moron on the short bus, you know, like, you get a 4.0 in Dean's List. Here's a letter from the president. And I'm like, you got to be kidding me. This is amazing. And so in that story, learn what you love to do in life, and you'll never work a day in your life. And I really, to everybody, find what you love to do and then figure out what to do, because it'll help everybody. It'll help humanity, even when you see the worst of humanity, to loop it back around. So go from UTSA, get a full ride to Savannah College of Art and Design. Really super cool, changes my life. Go into the world, come back to San Antonio, start a business with my family with no running water or electricity in our family's old buildings. Now we have 63 studios and 85 artists. It's totally nuts. I get a graduate degree, and I get a full scholarship for that. I'm walking home. You know, I go to the studio. I go from the studio to my apartment, studio to my apartment, studio to my apartment. I'm never afraid because I can see out my window where Forrest Gump was filmed in Savannah, Georgia. Like, there's the bench. There's the box of chocolates. I'm cool, man. Whatevs. So I'm coming back from the library on the little bus because I don't have any money. Thus, I'm a full scholarship student. I'm broke. And I didn't bring my car. I just said, I'm just going to walk this off, which is a constant struggle. And that night, I get off the little bus at the little Kroger, and I notice this dude just kind of walking kind of like this. And I'm like, that's weird, you know? I'm like, man, I just got to get home. So I've lived all over the world. Brooklyn, Hong Kong, Berlin, New York, Italy, Spain, everywhere. I know as an artist, you're always chasing after cheap rent. So like you're always kind of in the sketch areas. How remember you said not the outside but the inside? That's where we are, baby. And so I get, I go through Forsyth Park, and it's just a night like any other night. It's beautiful. There's people playing. There's parkour kids running around doing stuff they're not supposed to do. And I'm like, okay, whatever. There's people here. I'm going to walk home. But then out of the corner of my eye, this dude just starts walking towards me. I'm a pretty big dude, man. I'm from Texas, So I'm like, whatever. Like, let me just get beyond him. So I get beyond him, but he walks faster, and he throws his shoulder into me. And he totally hits me like broadside like this, and I back off. And I notice he's got a 9mm pulled. And I just go, that got real fast. I'm just like, hi? He goes, follow me. I'm like, dude, I'm not following you anywhere. And I say a prayer. I say, Lord, help me. And in my mind it says, do not follow him. Do not give him your wallet. Get into the light. And I'm like, what does that mean? And then he goes, when a dude's got a 9mm pointed at your chest, it kind of sucks, And he goes, give me your wallet. I'm like, I need my ID, bro. I'm going to get shot. Like, you just know. Like, if you talk to, and I've talked to police officers, I've talked to vets, wounded vets, people with amputees, and they're all like, oh, you know when something's coming at you. I'm like, dude, in that guy's eyes was death, bro. It was not give me your wallet. And so I'm a little, sorry, I get a little weirded out because I literally go back there. So then, he's there and he goes, just give me your wallet, man. And I go, dude, I'm not going to give you my wallet. I'm not going to follow you. This is a bad idea for you. You need to go, and I need to go. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to stall. And it's amazing how pragmatic you become when someone's pointing a gun at you. I see in the corner of my eye these two lights of like a car. And I'm like, if I just stall, those lights coming at me are going to like freak him out. He's going to realize what he's doing, and he's going to run. Well, the car doesn't move. The gun is still pointed at my chest. And I'm still sitting here going like, what, bro? That thing was supposed to shine us. This ain't working out. And then it gets really messed up. The dude looks away from me, and I'm like, oh, I could grab his gun. Bad idea, really bad idea. Don't do that. Just hold your ground and just hope it all works out. Then a voice out of a bush goes, do him. That is the darkest thing I have ever heard in my life. Home Slice looks at me, pops a 9 right in my leg. I just go, you just shot me. Who shoots someone? And then it's like his action responded to his brain. His eyes got about the size of dollar bills, and he just ran. And I went, okay, my leg kind of isn't working, but I got to get out of here. And I remember the third part of the voice, which was get into the light. And so I walk on like a compound fracture. Looks like a hand grenade went off in my leg. Blood's everywhere. It totally sucks. And I just fall back on my backpack. And I'm like, where did all the people go? Like, there were people everywhere. There's no one here. And I say, all right, Lord, here's the Lord's Prayer. And as you kind of feel the life oozing out of you, it sucks. I'm like, well, it's going to suck from my mom and my dad, my brother. I'm going to heaven because I'm cool with Jesus. But, it's not all bad. And then the car that was supposed to shine me pulls up, and this window rolls down. And these two dudes go, what happened? I said, I've been shot. And then they just roll up the window and casually drive off. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure that isn't normal. And then at the same time, this gray Oldsmobile pulls up right as the car's pulling off. This one pulls up. And this guy jumps out as clear as day with blue shorts, orange shorts, orange flip-flops, blue and white checkered shirt. And the dude goes like, can I help you? I'm like, no, bro, I'm pretty sure I'm dying. And he goes, can I help you to the curb? And I'm like, no, just don't move me, man. Like, my leg's really blown away. And he goes, I said, can you just call police and ambulance? He goes, hey, listen, man, don't worry. I've already called the police and ambulance. They won't be here when I get here. I won't be here when they get here, but you're going to be okay. I'm like, whatever. And then right there, the next door neighbors of mine had heard the gun blast, and they ran down the stairs, and it was a retired nurse and an EMT doctor. And they go, you've been shot in a very specific place. I'm like, okay. And he goes, you need to tourniquet your leg. What's your name? And I said, my name's Rex. And so he tourniquets my leg, and then the EMTs kind of pull up and they jump out and they go, hey man, like, you're in a pretty tough spot. Can we lift you? I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I'm dying. But, I'm cool. They're like, you're really chill. I'm like, is it going to help if I yell? And they're like, not really. And so I remembered working on my thesis, which was what happens when the worst thing in the world happens. You crack a joke. And I said, guys, not to make it light, but who designed this stretcher gurney? And they're like, what? I'm like, Charles and Ray Eames, man. They're furniture designers. 3rd floor, Savannah College of Art and Design stacks. It's part of my thesis. And they're like, are you kidding me? I'm like, nah, man, this is great. They're like, you're a SCAD kid. And that's really important that they didn't know I was a gang member. And so they put me in the ambulance, and we're sitting there, and they're like, you're really chill, bro. I'm like, yeah, man, what am I going to do? And I said, do you guys mind if I said the Lord's Prayer? And the guy was Catholic next to me. He goes, yeah, man, I'm Catholic. And the other dude goes, Jeff, you're Catholic? Are you serious? And he's like, yeah, man, I'm a Christian too, bro. He's like, are you serious? I've been in this thing for like 3 years. I didn't know that. He's like, yeah, man, cool. I said, guys, can we say the Lord's Prayer? And they're like, yeah, sure. All right, cool. Yeah, we're set. So I say, our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth. Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done on earth as it is in heaven. Give us our day, our daily bread, and forgive us our sins as we forgive those that sin against us. And I stop, and I go, guys, what? Aren't you going to finish? I was like, I got to forgive the guy. Forgive who? The dude that just shot me. What? Yeah, man, the guy that just shot me. If I'm going to die, I'm going to, go and cool with, God's grace. So I forgive the guy. They're like, you mean to tell me you just forgave the guy that just shot you that you don't know, and you're sitting on this gurney, you may not make it? I'm like, yeah, dude, what else am I going to do? Can I pass out now? And they're like, yeah, sure. So, I'm out. Then I wake up, and you think what's my time like? Am I? 2 minutes. Okay, cool. So I wake up, and I just see these lights go, boom, 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 boom. I look to the left, and there's a sheriff. I'm like, sir? And I see, the sheriff. I'm like, did I just get shot? He's like, yes, son, you did. I'm like, oh, that sucks. So this is real. He goes, yeah, that's pretty real. I'm like, okay, cool. Am I in the hospital? Yeah, you're in the hospital. What's your name? What's your phone number? They ask you all these things to keep your brain going. I'm like, can you please stop asking me my name? So we get into the little dealy bob, the little room, and I can't call my mom and my dad. I can't call anybody. And I say, hey, can I have a sheet of paper and a pen? And they're like, why? I'm like, I'm an art student. So I draw a fish, I draw a cathedral, I draw a horse, I draw a tiger for my brother, and then I draw the guy's face. And they're like, that's a great portrait. I'm like, yeah, man, I'm a scholarship student. It's what I do. And then I hand wrote the whole account. I said, if I die, the last things on earth I want to leave here is art for my family and what happened. And they're like, okay. And so right there, they kind of wheel me out again, and I go into this little room with the big tubey thing. What are they called? Who's a doctor? You're a doctor. MRI, yeah, the MRI thing. And I'm in the tubey thing, and this lady goes, she was this really big African-American lady. Honey, you believe in Jesus? I'm like, yes, ma'am, I do. She goes, good, because there's an angel holding on to that bullet. It is about 1/8 of an inch from your femoral artery. I'm like, I don't know what that is. Is that a bad thing? Very bad. Don't move, honey. I'm like, okay, cool. So I just say, all right, whatever. Then they pick me up. They put me back. They find out it's not fatal. It's not, because what they apparently worry about is a bone shard severing your nerve, your femoral, and then you're gone, man. There's nothing they can do. And so they rationalized and said, okay, cool, he's not in bad state. You can call your mom. So I call my mom. Wait till you hear this. This is just fantastic. Hey, Mom. Hey, honey, God, it's 11 o'clock. And hey, don't worry about me. I'm okay. I'm in the hospital. Why are you in the hospital? Just don't worry. I've been shot, but I'm okay. What? You've been... And then the nurse crams her thumb in the bullet wound because she thinks I'm bleeding out. I got to go by. My poor mother jumps out of bed and goes what has happened to Rex? Can't call me back because my cell phone's dead. I called her on the nurse's phone. They're on lockdown. Blood's going everywhere. And then finally they kind of sedate me, and the nurse is just crying. I'm like, why are you crying? She goes, you're so nice. I'm like, what do you mean I'm so nice? She goes, you haven't cried, you haven't cussed at anyone, you just keep saying the Lord's Prayer. I forgot there was a God, and you just keep talking to all these people about this Lord's Prayer. I need to go to church tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, you do. And so she said, I think I am. And so then as I get wheeled away, go to sleep, wake up, I go into the surgery, and I see all the doctors are there. And what's my time like? 36. Cool. 7 minutes, baby. I get in there and I say to the docs, I'm like, hey docs, I know you're about to do the Top Gun thing. And they're like, Top Gun thing? What do you mean? I was like, when I was a kid, I used to go into surgery for my eye. You put the mask on me, I think it's like Maverick and Top Gun, you know? And they're like, just before that, can I say the Lord's Prayer? And they go, yeah, oh man, that's really cool. You're a Christian? I said, yeah, I'm a Christian. The other dude over there, hey dude, you're a Christian? I didn't know that. Yeah, I am. The other dude in the little, are you a Christian? Are you serious? Yeah. Hey guys, do you mind if we all say the Lord's Prayer? I think it's in a higher power. So we all say the Lord's Prayer. I knock out, and that's the rest of the story. But on part 2, there are angels in there for real. And their eyes are how you tell. They're very, very blue. And the Oldsmobile that stopped didn't exist. So then I have 4 accounts that said it did through other people years later. So I only got through the first one. Sorry, I'm really rough at this because I haven't talked about it in like 7 years. So I get a little weird, but there it is. Lord's Prayer.